Hey guys, Tim Pruney here. Want to talk to you today about 3 types of problems that you will see on the PSAT. The first are substitution problems. Substitution simply means plugging in, right? So anytime you're plugging something in, that is substitution. Now sometimes it's just a number, and in fact this is a great hack. If you're stuck on a question, you might be able to just plug in some of the answer choices and see if they work. However, substitution can be a lot more complicated than that. For example, you may need to substitute not just a number, but you may need to plug in an expression, something like x plus 2. And anytime you substitute, use parentheses. Putting the whole thing you're substituting inside parentheses will help you avoid silly mistakes like forgetting to distribute a minus sign. Happens all the time, but if you're aware of it, it's free points for you, right? So be good for substitution. You can plug in answer choices, and if you're plugging in a whole expression, make sure to use parentheses. The second are diagrams, right? Especially triangles, right? There are going to be some geometry problems. Make sure you have your pencil ready and label the diagrams. If they draw one, label every side length and every angle that you can find. They're not going to ask you to do a geometric proof, but if you have stuff labeled and you don't try to store it all up here, it's going to save you a lot of time and a lot of headache. The third, and this is everyone's favorite, word problems. The PSAT is chock full of word problems, and don't we all love those? Students get word problems wrong more than any other problem type. And it's because they write it in really confusing ways. Most word problems don't require complicated calculations. So right there, you know something, right? You know it shouldn't get too crazy. However, what is it supposed to be? In this instance, I recommend that you become an interpreter. You should translate from English to math. So if you see something like is or becomes, that should be an equal sign. If you see words like total, that should be plus. If you see more than, that should be minus. If you see a value or an unknown quantity of water or unknown quantity of whatever, that's where you define a variable. So using these tricks, you can actually translate and write down the actual equations and expressions so you don't have to be stuck in the word problem. And that's where students get the most confused. So these have been 3 things you should look out for on PSAT Math. Hope this helps, and good luck on your test.